Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. Here we're starting another week. You know, time keeps moving on. Pretty soon it'll be winter weather, and then spring will come again, and then summer, and life just keeps moving on. Well, as life goes on in your life, I want to read a passage that speaks to that life. It's from Hebrews, verse 13, and verses 15 and 16. And here's what it says. Therefore, let us offer through Jesus a continual sacrifice of praise to God, proclaiming our allegiance to his name. And don't forget to do good and to share with those in need. These are the sacrifices that please God. Well, the first part of these two verses says, let us offer a continual sacrifice of praise to God, to the Lord. What does that mean? Well, at the very least, it means to continue to thank him, to understand that he is the source of all that I have and you have. He is the source of this wonderful world that we live in, even with all of its problems and difficulties. We thank God for big things and little things. And we do that because we really mean it, not to just go through some ritual. You see, offering a sacrifice of praise proclaims our allegiance, as it says here, to his name. It proclaims who we really do ultimately trust in. Now, there are some politicians today who want you to trust in them. You've heard them. I can do this. I can do that. I can do this. I can do that. Nobody but me can do this. I'm on your side. Don't listen to the other guy. I. Who are they talking about? They're talking about how important they are. And I can assure you, there is nobody on this earth who is so important that the world can't live without, in spite of what they might say. The only one we can't really live without is God. And I know a lot of people live their lives without him very often. And they think that somehow that's going to get them by. Well, maybe it will. I don't think that's what God says, but hey, I haven't gotten to the end yet, so I'll grant you the possibility that might work. I just don't want to play the odds. I'm not a gambler. I don't I don't do the lottery. I don't play cards for money. I don't I don't bet on the football games. I'm just not a gambler. Maybe you are. You want to play the odds. Well, I don't want to play the odds. I want to bet on a sure thing. I want to know how it's going to end before I start. Now, I'd be happy to bet on the football games if I knew which team was going to win before they started. But obviously, that's not going to happen. But here, it does say that we offer a sacrifice of praise to God, proclaiming our allegiance to his name, proclaiming that he is the Lord. And we all have something in our lives that we worship. Yeah, really. I don't mean sitting down and praying about it, but whatever we spend most of our time thinking about, whatever we spend most of our money on, whatever we spend most of our efforts on, that's who we're worshiping. My wife and I were watching television show the other night about buying a dream house, and this couple was looking for something on the water so they could play with their jet skis and play with their boat and have their kids do this and do that. Now, I don't know anything about their lives. I only know what I saw, which was very reduced and very geared for a particular kind of audience. But what I thought was, there's got to be more to life than just playing. There's got to be more to life than just having fun, doing what I want. There's got to be more to life than that. And this passage says there is. It says here, do not forget to do good and to share with those in need, for these are the sacrifices that please God. Each one of us have the capacity to do immense good. Now, if you have lots of stuff and abilities, you can probably quantifiably do more than someone who doesn't. But God doesn't measure on the basis of quantities, per se. He's just as happy with, as Jesus said, the widow's mite, as he is with the rich man who gives half of what he owns, if they give it for the right reason. Do good to those who are in need. You know anybody in need? I bet you do. And that need might be the need for a phone call to say, hey, I was thinking about you. That need might be to give them some money. That need might be to offer to cut their grass or rake their leaves. That need might be to just sit down beside them and say, I want to be with you. And then not say another word. Doing good and being there to share with those in need is the essence of life. That's what really matters. It says here, these are the sacrifices that please God. I want to please God with my life. I'm not perfect, so I don't do it all the time. And neither are you. But I keep trying to get a little better the next day than I did the day before. And I honestly think that the more I try to do these things that God talks about, the more I honor him. And honoring him really is the meaning of life. I hope that describes you today. If it doesn't, okay, change. You can. You really can. And in the process of changing, you'll find that there's a richer and more fulfilling and a lot more fun in life than you ever imagined. So thank you for listening. Thank you so much. You don't have to give your time to me. I hope God blesses you. If you have a concern or a need, let us know. We can't do everything, but what we can do, we'll do. That's a promise. Well, until next time, God bless you. Have a great day. I'll talk to you again.